Senator Kennedy of Louisiana is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Rosen, and thanks to all of you for being here. Mr. Rosen, NVIDIA makes probably the most advanced artificial intelligence chips, does it not?
NVIDIA does produce advanced chips, yes, Senator.
And those chips are highly coveted because they can perform the massive computations needed to train AI systems, don't they?
I believe so, yes, Senator.
Yeah. And we have export controls on those chips, do we not?
We do, and that's a process led by my colleague, Ms. Kendler.
And we prohibit those chips from being sold to China. Is that correct?
I don't know exactly what chips are prohibited, defer to Ms. Kendler, but I know there are controls on the export.
You don't know whether the advanced NVIDIA artificial intelligence chips are prohibited from being sold to China?
So, Senator, my understanding is that they are, but that is export controls. It lies with my colleague at the Department of Commerce.
So how come we're selling them? We're allowing them to be sold to China.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to America First, the channel where we uncover the truth, hold Washington accountable, and put America first, not last. If you're tired of being lied to by bureaucrats, if you're fed up with the incompetence and corruption, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the truth. All right, let's get into it. All right, folks, today we're diving deep into a Senate hearing where Senator John Kennedy absolutely exposed the Biden administration's complete lack of accountability when it comes to protecting American national security. Let me tell you, this exchange is a perfect example of why our government is failing us under this administration. I mean, are these people even awake?
Senator, I would respectfully defer. I don't oversee export controls. I oversee inbound investment into the United States.
Well, you control investment security, don't you?
I do, and as
All right, let me ask Ms. Kendler. How come we're allowing them to be sold to China?
Senator, our advanced computing controls from last October and the October before, they're absolutely targeted at the most advanced chips, as you noted. We are controlling them for export to China, and we look together with Department of Defense, Energy, and State at where they're going.
Yes, ma'am, but if you go on the internet, you'll find 70 distributors, not 70 distributors, which will sell NVIDIA's supposedly restricted chips to China. And in fact, some of them will sell to China the entire servers. They cost about $300,000 a piece. They've got 8 chips in them. Isn't that a fact?
Senator, I'm not familiar with the website that you're referring to, but what I can tell you...
I'm referring to 70. Do you read the Wall Street Journal?
On occasion, yes.
You should read this article. They've identified at least 70 distributors, and they have confirmed that these chips are being sold to China.
Senator...
I mean, this is very disturbing. One estimate, not according to the Center for a New American Security, it estimates that the median number of A1 chips being sold already to China at 12,500. Isn't that correct?
Senator, any diversion of our controls would be a matter for export enforcement, and we are tracking that very closely.
But you're not aware that 12,500 have been sold?
Senator, we track all sorts of data through our analytic capabilities to understand illicit procurement networks. That's very important to our work.
But you don't
it's something
know about
we're cracking down on.
12,500?
I can't speak to the specific report that you're referring to, sir.
Well, you need to read the paper. No disrespect. These chips have been sold, and it's been confirmed, to China's most elite universities. They've been sold to the state research powerhouse, Chinese Academy of Science, haven't they? Do you know anything about that?
Senator, we look at license applications and determine whether they're consistent with national security. If it's not consistent with national security, we do not approve it.
Well, all you got to do is go on, get your computer out, and go on Google and search. And you'll find 70 distributors that are selling these restricted chips that you're not shutting down. And the Wall Street Journal has confirmed all of this.
Sir, we would add entities like that to our entity list as a regulatory action. We would also
But you haven't done it yet.
we would also have our enforcement colleagues investigate these
Were
kinds
you
of allegations.
aware of this before I raised it today?
Senator, I certainly am aware that when our laws are effective, illicit procurement networks stand up to violate
Were you aware of these 70
them.
distributors and the thousands and thousands that have been sold right there on the internet in front of God and country, bigger than Dallas? Was your agency in charge of enforcing this aware of that?
Senator, I'd be happy to connect you with our enforcement team to
Do you
talk
to
about
your
this in more
enforcement
detail.
team?
Yes, sir.
I mean, who's on first? What's on second? We've got export controls here. And all you got to do is go on the internet, and China buys them.
The
And you're
export
not, are you aware, were you aware of this before I raised it today?
Senator Kennedy, you've made your point clear. I share your concerns. I think this is one reason why BIS needs more funds. Senator Smith from Minnesota is recognized.
Well, can I just say one more point?
Certainly may.
I don't think they need more money.
Well,
I think they need people that talk to each other and know how to use an internet and know how to read articles in the Wall Street Journal. This is not, you don't have to be an astrophysicist here.
First off, did you see that? Senator Kennedy asked a straightforward question. Are NVIDIA's advanced AI chips being sold to China? And what does Mr. Rosen do? He dodges. He deflects. He punts to someone else. Oh, I don't oversee that. Oh, I don't know the specifics. Are you kidding me? This is the guy in charge of investment security, and he doesn't even know if these chips are being sold to the Chinese Communist Party? Folks, this is national security we're talking about, not some middle school science project. Then Ms. Kendler steps in and tries to smooth things over by saying, "Oh, don't worry, we have export controls in place." Well, gee, thanks for that reassurance, Ms. Kendler. But here's the problem. Those so-called controls clearly aren't working. Senator Kennedy cited 70 distributors selling restricted NVIDIA chips to China, and all it takes to find them is a simple internet search. 70 distributors. And you're telling us that the Wall Street Journal knows about this, but the Biden administration doesn't. Come on. Either they're lying or they're completely incompetent. Let me break this down for you, folks. These aren't just any chips we're talking about. These are artificial intelligence chips, the kind of technology that powers advanced military systems, surveillance networks, and weapons. And they're ending up in the hands of China's top universities and state research institutions, like the Chinese Academy of Sciences. You think China's using these chips to play video games? No, they're using them to develop technologies that could one day be used against us, against our troops, against our allies, and against our freedoms. And the Biden administration is just sitting there twiddling their thumbs. Senator Kennedy brought up a staggering number, 12,500 AI chips already sold to China. Let that sink in for a moment. 12,500. And where's the accountability? Where's the outrage from the Biden administration? Oh, I'll tell you where it is. Nowhere. Because they're too busy pandering to globalists and the CCP to actually protect American interests. And don't even get me started on the excuse that they need more funding. Senator Kennedy nailed it when he said what they really need is people who actually know how to do their jobs. How hard is it to read an article in the Wall Street Journal? How hard is it to do a basic Google search? We're not talking rocket science here, folks. But apparently, that's too much for these bureaucrats to handle. Exactly, Senator Kennedy. You don't have to be an astrophysicist to figure this out. You just need people who actually care about their jobs and about America's security. But instead, we've got a bloated government full of people who either don't know what they're doing or worse, don't care. And why would they? They're too busy playing political games while China eats our lunch. Let me ask you this, America. If our government can't even enforce its own export controls, what else are they letting slip through the cracks? How much more of our technology is winding up in the hands of our enemies? And why are we even allowing these companies to profit off deals that undermine our own national security? NVIDIA makes amazing technology, no doubt about it, but American innovation shouldn't be funding the rise of the Chinese military. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Well, what can we do about it? Here's the answer. We need to demand accountability. We need to elect leaders who actually put America first. We need to call out this incompetence every single time we see it. And most importantly, we need to keep spreading the truth, because the mainstream media sure isn't going to do it for us. Folks, I'll leave you with this. This isn't about politics. This is about the survival of our nation. China isn't playing games. They're in it for the long haul, and they'll exploit every weakness we show. And right now, under this administration, we're showing nothing but weakness. It's time to wake up. It's time to fight back. And it's time to put America first. If you agree with what I've said today, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Together, we can build a movement that puts America back on top where it belongs. This is America First, signing off. Stay strong, stay vigilant, and God bless America.